All right, good morning. Come on in. Thank you for joining us for a fabulous team meeting. We got a good group that's online already, ready to go, almost 30 online. I hope you guys are paying attention online. I don't know what you guys do online when you register. Anybody join the meetings online? What do you listen, or you just put it on and you go about? Yes. Well, great. Of course, our favorites are the people that are in person, but we still love you online as well. All right, got a fantastic day. We're going to talk about money. Money is a good thing, right? And money is good for that it does. And we're going to talk about actual literacy when it comes to money. All right, before we get started, let's jump in and do some bucket fills. Who's got something to share? And online, all you got to do is we can hear you loud and clear. Just pipe up. Yes, we got one right here. Go ahead.
Get a listing for commercial, and I'm gonna set it up, figure out how that's done.
Yeah.
I have a client.
Okay, great. Congratulations. Good work. Okay, great. What else? Let's go.
Good morning. I have a closing on Friday, and I have a total of 4 people under contract right now.
Wow. And when did you officially get started? November 1st. And you capped, right? About to go ahead. You will cap November 1st. That's awesome. Okay. On pace to be the rookie of the year. It wouldn't be for it closes this year. Anybody gonna beat that? Okay, there's no try to. We're gonna do it. All right, what else? Anybody got some bucket fills? Something exciting.
Good
Get the
morning.
energy going.
Good
Go
morning.
ahead. Yes, we can hear you.
I have something I wanted to say. I have a new listing coming up. It's 4814 Autumn Lakes, 380,000, 4-bedroom and 2.5 bathroom with lots of updates, including a new roof.
Where is it?
This is in Lake Colony in Missouri City.
Okay, cool. All right, congratulations. We like the listings. We're starting to see our listings
Thank
take it, be on an uptick and come on. Okay, what else?
Okay, Chad, I've got one or a couple.
Go ahead, Linda.
Okay, so we just listed this amazing house in Flamingo Island. It's very contemporary. It's absolutely beautiful. It backs up to a nature preserve. So I'd love y'all to show it to your clients. It's at 58 Flamingo Landing, and it's listed for 800,000. And then we also have a listing in the Heights that we just put on the market. It's on Blair Street, 1409 Blair, and that one's listed at 525.
All right.
And
Okay,
I got
good.
another contract, another listing under contract. So
There you go. I like the listing stories. Are you getting it? Right? Listings are gold.
Hey
What
Chad,
else?
this is Brandy.
Hi, Brandy.
Hi. I just wanted to let everyone know about the Tech 306090. I
Yes.
started that this week. Holy smokes, it is awesome. Like it goes by so fast. That 30 minutes is so productive. And so I just have like a little notebook. I'm taking notes, and then what I do when the class is over is later on in the day, I'll go back because I'll make notes of the things that I want to go back and do in command for myself, for
Yes.
everything that I have. And then I will make sure to go and do that later in the day. It is amazing. So if anybody has not jumped in, you can jump in at any time. You can go back and
Yes.
rewatch. But I'm telling you, I'm getting a lot of really good nuggets
Awesome.
of information. So
Yes.
everyone should jump on. It's so good. It doesn't cost either. So it's awesome.
Yeah,
Hey,
it
Chad.
did. It cost the market center money. It's FYI, but we handled the cost. Many market centers will pass the cost along to the agents. We covered it for you. Sometimes that's a mistake because you don't see that it's huge value when we say, hey, go take this. So the 30/60/90, it's every morning at 10:30. It's 30 minutes. It's real focused and intense. You've only missed 3 days if you're not doing it. So you can go back and catch up to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then you're on track. And it's starting out slow. It'll really speed up, but it's just
Hey.
building that muscle and doing it over
Chad.
90 days.
Chad,
Yes.
can I add to that?
Yes, sir.
not only that, but they have set up a Google Drive to where if you have, I don't know, an appointment or something that causes you to miss that, by the next day, they've got it loaded to where, or by the end of that day, most of the time, to where you can go back and view that session. I second that. It is really incredible.
Good. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, we'll get it again. And if you need help, just reach out to Norman or anyone on the leadership and we'll get you plugged in. Anybody else taking it inside here that I can see? Okay, like just don't show up, like take it, do what you need to. It's just a little bit every day, right? Consistency over time is where major success occurs.
Those of you still building your foundation, it happens right before Calibra classes, don't have an excuse.
Okay, awesome. Okay, anything else we meant? Something great, exciting, gratitude? Anybody else? What, Barbara? Go ahead. Great. What's Brian's success? What's his?
Happy wife, happy life.
Okay.
I'm thankful to Mr. Gary Sternagel who helped me with my first commercial lease
Yes.
to get it executed, and I'm so thankful.
Yes. Yes, if Gary's helping you, then it's all good. Okay, great. Awesome. All right, here's a little bit of upcup in one place of the classes we have going. And then we're going to hit each one of these so you're really clear. All right, Beginner's Guide to Command Workshop.
Just a series. It'll keep rolling. It's just a series, taking it really slow. You need to get started. I don't know how to get started. Let me help you.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
Today.
Okay. Verna, what you got?
Different things, Chico. All right, so our summer off-campus tour kicks off next week, Wednesday, June 14th at Sienna. We'll be at the Coventry Homes model home. The address is right there, so take note of that address. We'll also place this around the office and put it on our closed Facebook group.
We will not be here next week. We're going on tour.
On tour.
We're going to Sienna. It's not that far away, right? It's just right in our backyard.
Please make sure you show up, because do you hear the hint of sarcasm over here?
I'll be there.
Okay. And so we'll have some great information from HAR on that day. So you want to make sure. you
Regular
don't-
time, it's at 11 to 12, just
11
like
to
our sales meeting. We're gonna go off location June, July, and August. This is something we've done historically over the last few years, just to kind of mix it up a little bit over the summer. And let's get out there and make sure we're aware of products, and they're happy to host this as long as we show up.
Absolutely. And then just part of the BBL series.
What is that?
BBLs. Now,
What- what-
build your brand lessons, right? Where we're inspiring you to lift your butt and get to work. And this one is in building your brand. We're bringing Camille Percy for her second class session. For those of you who participated last time, I see a couple of you out here today. Was that very informative? Was it helpful? Absolutely. So it's jam-packed information in 1 hour. It is practical. So that means you're going to actually do the work that day. So more of a workshop style while you're learning. So it's happening next week. Can you click one more time, please? Next week, June 15th from 10 to 11, right here. So it's right before Calibra class for those of you who are there. You're going to learn strategies to generate your consistent leads, 10 marketing ideas and tips to grow your real estate business, different ways to leverage your business, ally business partners, and helping to continue your brand, and then strategically sharing your listings. If you want to participate, please use the QR code. I know you barely maybe see it, but I'll also put this on our closed Facebook group so that you can access it as well. Again, this is part of our BBL series, taking it from just in here and applying it into your real estate life with a longer class. That's it for me.
Okay, great. All right, thank you. Good stuff. Oh yeah, here's your 30, 60, 90 to plug in as well. It's being covered, the cost. You know, it goes back to a story that I had one time after Harvey. We hosted a free bold. It was really an interesting lesson for me. Anybody remember when we had the free bold after Harvey? You were there. How long did it take us to sell out? Fill it up. immediately because typically Bold's $7.99. And I watched that observation. And here's what I learned during that course, because people were like, why are they charging for education and training? Is how do you think the attendance was throughout Bold? It was pretty consistent. People showed up. They liked to hear. But guess what happened when it came to the accountability? Wasn't there, people showed up and listened, but they didn't show up to play. Because when you have to pay sometimes, you just show up differently. And yet I'm going over this is just because we're providing it to you, right? And this isn't the value to have at KW, doesn't mean we don't think it's really, really important. So take advantage of it and act like you're writing a check. And act like you're writing a check and show up that way, even though it's being covered. I don't know how else to emphasize that. It's good stuff. Okay, great. Anybody for the ALC? Oh, here comes Israel. He's got a jar.
Got a jar. I think we've had this jar in the office for like 20 years or something.
Oh, knock on wood.
Hey guys, my name is Israel Flores. I'm the PC here. I'm also on AOC. So I want to do something a little fun and just give a little bit of gratitude towards our AOC that's been helping to teach classes. Last month in May, we had 3 or 4 teachers, brand new teachers that hadn't taught before. They were a little nervous, and so, but we're here to support them. So I realized for those that teach, and you don't have to be a tenured agent to teach, guys. If you're interested in teaching, please reach out to me. And if you're a year in or so, and I realized it is time out of your day, so I appreciate you. And so I told them I do a little bit of a drawing for a gift card for those that taught last month, and I'll keep doing that every month. Leadership's not included, so. Sorry, Verna, Nimesh, Gary, Sydney, and everyone else. So, let's see.
Did Sharon teach last month?
No, but she's teaching this month. Where's
Oh,
she
alright,
at? There she
good.
goes.
Because she just walked in.
Because he walked in.
Yes.
All right. Let's see who won. It's a $50 gift card.
Hey,
Cynthia Contreras.
all right. You have to be present to win?
She doesn't have to be present and
Okay.
win. Although I will say that last time she was, I had a reminder she was teaching, so I'm gonna give her a little bit of a hard time for that. She may or may not have been a little late.
Oh.
So maybe I'll cut the gift card in half.
Just reminder of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Did I lose it?
Yeah.
Hold on.
They're pooping around.
We're gonna upgrade all our equipment in here. I'm good. Great, come on.
How you doing?
don't know if it works.
Oh, every single time they always run away with the clicker. How's everyone? How's everyone? Yeah, this. You right?
Yeah.
How's everyone doing? Oh, you got energy good today. Yeah. Normally I gotta do it a second time. Right? Hello, everyone. My name is Greg. I'm the marketing director here at the office. So it's gonna go through a few small things just for you to talk about. So one, this is from the MREA book. So one of my favorite quotes, it says, your lead generation plan must always be more ambitious than your income goals. So we're 6 months into the year, so we're at the halfway in. So how many people had a lead generation or marketing plan at the beginning of the year and have continuously executed over the last 6 months, or at least started it over the last 6 months? Okay, we got 1, 2. How many people have a lead generation plan in general? How many people know what a lead generation plan is? Because that could include posting on social media. It could have been direct mail. It could be hosting open houses. So I think more of you probably have more of a plan than you realize, but maybe you just don't have it written down. Or you're not tracking your ability to be consistent with it, right? Some of you have smart plans. That's part of your lead generation plan. So if you're taking the 30, 60, 90, those are elements that's part of your lead generation plan. So how many of you have an income goal? That should be 100%. Jeez, I see some people like not sure, right? So how many people have looked at their lead generation plan and see if it aligns with their income goal? So something to work on. Something to work on, right? So the idea is that, well, you know, it's all math, right? So you need a certain amount of leads to get a certain amount of transactions, a certain amount of transactions to have make a certain amount of income. So one thing to take into consideration as we're 6 months into the year, and for some of you may have just started, is start thinking about, okay, what is your lead generation plan and what is your income goal? And make sure those two things align. So all the classes that we've just talked about, whether it's the branding class or the 30, 60, 90, those are all help you with getting to your income goal. So wanted to share this quote from the MREA book. All of you guys have that book, right? And you read it? Yeah, I was just about to say that, right? If you don't have the book, you go to the front desk, ask for it. It's really vital part of you building a business is actually really diving into that book. So cool. And me as a marketing person, like I utilize that book in terms of how I offer
Let's see who's
services.
read it. You ready for a game?
Oh,
Yeah.
Is it a pop quiz?
It is a pop quiz. Hold on. And anybody online can participate too. If you have my cell phone number, it'll help you. The first person to text me, you don't know what I'm gonna ask. Myself. You don't have it. First one to text me the 4 models of the MREA book in order, I'll give you a free basic agent bill for the month. In order. You don't know them, come on. I've only been talking about it for 10 years as a team leader, by the way. Let's see who gets it. Online, you can participate.
Chad, show your number better.
713-724-9368. And some of you, that's your fault because you didn't have my number. Not like you can't find it.
Awesome.
But if you got questions, text
The text didn't go through yet?
Wait, 713, come on.
No one texted him yet?
713-724-9368. 4 models of the MREA book in order in the way the book is written. You didn't text it? In order.
In order.
Okay. Let's see.
For those of you who are
That's
new,
a
I
good
would write
start.
that one down to search for it because it's important.
And the first one to come in is Brandon Turner. They've lit it out and he put economic model, lead gen model, budget model, and organization model. Brandon Turner. We just saved $80 this month.
Awesome.
We had some more come in.
Is anyone saw?
$99. Yeah, I'm still in old school. That's $100 to go to the team meeting.
Awesome.
Great job. Do you want to play another one? This is off topic. You know I go off topic with meetings. You do know I'll take it around. And if you want to play the first person, don't be Googling this at home. and cheating. That means this is all, it has to be internalized. Because I'm getting the ones, it's interesting, the ones that are not in front of us. I got some more coming in. And the elbow is a correct, right? If you were wanting to remember, if you need a little bit, just memorize it. Okay, another one I'm giving away. Chris is going to get upset with me. Another $100. First person to text me the 6 personal perspectives in order. You may not Google 6 personal perspectives. I've only taught it 100 times. You know, the one where you guys, I start talking about it and you roll your eyes and you go play it something else.
Taught that last night.
Oh, we taught it last night if you're in attendance. Let's see, Kimber, I just want to see if you got it right. Yeah, but I want to make sure you got it right. Somebody took a picture of that's fun stuff. I like it. This is entertaining for me. These are just fundamental models you can live by. When I go to the MREA and he talked about it, it's a millionaire real estate agent. Do you know how it was written? Gary Keller and the research team. He did not do this by himself. They went out and researched the top producers, the best of the best across the company, across the country, no matter what company they were with. It was not a Keller Williams. And all the top people had all the same models and systems. And they went back and they wrote it in a very articulate and simple way to follow. And so these are success models for business. And I've studied it and known it, had the opportunity to learn. I could coach any business, consult any business across the country on those 4 models. It's a business book. It's how good it is. That's why we play a little game in here and remember, but this is something you're serious about business. This is going to go in our conversation today. You learn proven models and systems and you just follow them. Okay, let's see if I got anybody. And the first one to come in is Lapita. Lapita's online, and Lapita, Sapana, you were good. You were in second place on both of those. Oh, there you are. I didn't know if you're online. I can't tell. You're second, but Lapita was the first one. Reach out to Krista or to Amanda and say, hey, I got free money, credit coming your way, credit. Okay, great. Anything else?
I got more stuff.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, no, that's good, that's good. That's,
Oh, the six first.
oh, yeah, yeah.
Lapita, what are the six? She was there. We heard her already. Lapita, you there? Okay, what's number one?
Okay, there it is.
Self-mastery.
Okay, what's number one, Lapita?
Self-mastery,
Yeah, commit to self-mastery. Okay. Number two is what?
commit to the 80-20 rule,
The 80-20 principle, right? Making priorities that all don't matter the same way. Okay, number three.
move E to P,
Yeah, entrepreneur to purposeful. I call purposeful painful. If you've heard me talk about it, sometimes it's painful. Okay, what else? What's four?
the learning base,
Yeah. Number five.
removing limiting beliefs,
Yeah, and number six,
be accountable.
be accountable. Awesome. Okay, good stuff. There you go.
Yeah.
And we all got to work on those a little bit. All right, great.
Yeah. Got it. So clearly inspired by this quote. So that's really great. Led to a bigger conversation. So awesome. So a couple of things. One, thanks for reminding tomorrow I'm teaching a marketing class. So for those who want to dive a little bit more into marketing, I go through everything from strategy to branding, even into command. So those who are, want to get a freshen up, or if you're new, definitely take advantage of this class. It's in the morning at 10:30 and then again in the evening on Zoom. So one thing in terms of a content calendar, so like, holidays are a really great way to share content on social media or send an email campaign. So I made a list of some of these upcoming dates that you can easily create content for. So you have Global Running Day, you have National Best Friends Day, you got, of course, Father's Day is coming up, you got Juneteenth and so on and so on. So these are just simple dates that you can use if you're looking for content to post in your social media. These are some of the easiest ones. Just use the relevant hashtag if you're posting on social media. So that'll help you create traction. Of course, video is king. So if you can create a video just of one of these holidays. So let's say it's National Best Friends Day. Yeah, do a quick video of your best friend or create a reel or something like that. So these are some easy pieces of content you guys can create. Oh, you guys are still taking pictures of it. We need to go back. Yeah. You said, get out the way, Greg. That is a religious holiday. I don't know the details of it.
Anybody know that holiday? Come on.
28.
Yeah. Yeah. Explain it.
It's a religious holiday for Muslims. They celebrate it. They go slaughter an animal and eat it.
It's to commemorate when Prophet Abraham was gonna sacrifice his son.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you for the education.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you
Why
for
we-
yeah. It's always gonna be in the room.
Global as we are, we
Yep.
have the answer inside it.
Awesome. And then last thing, of course, so I'm adding new templates for you guys. So I'm adding 20 new templates. So these are the free templates that we have. So some for listings, some for some of these holidays as well. So you should see by the end of the week, you're gonna see some new templates. Of course, we have our other services. So, for those of you who are looking to create a lead generation plan, or if you already have it, some of our services help you execute those plans. So if you're doing a 12 direct, everyone know what the 12 direct is from the MRA book? Well, that says when you send a direct mail once a month for 12 consecutive months. It says in the book, it says, if you send direct mail to 50 people, you'll get one transaction on average. Right? So that's just from the book. So if you go to agentmarketingdesk.com, or of course, contact me and I'll help you guide you through either a lead generation plan or any relevant service to help you execute that plan. So that's all I got for you guys.
Good stuff. Thank you, Greg. Take advantage of it. It's all good. Okay. Are you coming back?
Briefly,
He's
very
dual
briefly,
roles.
Back and
Yes.
forth, back and forth. Hey, really quickly, guys, obviously we teach Calibre and we have a bunch of resources in Command for designs. Can we go back to the previous one real quick? Just as a reminder, we also have Greg at this website, right, which is separate from that. So we have a ton of resources here. Make use of that. Because last night when I was teaching Calibre, and during the day, we had questions on where do I find these things. Reach out to myself, to leadership, obviously Greg, and we can point you in the right direction. Really quickly on the PC side, we currently have a really good contest. We have 5 teams signed up for our Fired Up Summer Contest. If you didn't get a chance to maybe you just joined and didn't get a chance to do this contest that's currently running, we'll do another one soon enough. And so you all will soon enough see everyone posted up. We're tracking points. So the point of the contest is to get people in activities and production. So tracking everything from contacts to obviously listing agreement signed. Someone asked me the other day why we don't track closings. Does anybody know why? We wouldn't celebrate. Well, we celebrate closings, but why would we not track closing? Exactly.
Oh, sorry.
Closings are lag measures, right? So that's what comes after all the work. So if you're just trying to track closings, you're not tracking how many appointments are going on, you're probably going to be off by the time you realize it, right? And then one last quick thing that we're something that we're implementing into the PC, something called Sisu. So I'm testing it with the small group right now. Imagine if you're using Command at a high level, tracking your conversations, your texts, obviously your transactions are processed through there. I can have a nice little screen and have agents being ranked and run contests and really gamify things. So that'll be coming down the pipeline pretty soon as well. Okay, cool. That's it.
All right, thanks, Israel. Yay, Israel.
I don't think they're online yet.
No, but that's okay. They won't, I got 10 minutes. All right. Look, we're gonna go back to that.
All right, if you're thinking about
Okay,
coming
we
to
can.
the
Go ahead.
KW Wealth Roadshow, I want to talk to 2 groups of people. The first, I'm going to tell you who this isn't for. If you already have all the passive income, the wealth, tax strategies, and you're crushing it financially, this workshop isn't for you. Everyone else, listen up. You're going to spend 5 or 6 hours doing nothing but understanding your money more, your taxes, and your plan. And I want you to ask yourself a question as you think about this right now. When was the last time in your entire life that you spent 6 hours on your money? If you're like most people, that answer is never, right? We'll spend 20 hours planning a dream vacation, but we won't spend 6 hours planning the most important thing in your entire life, which I believe is your financial well-being, because that gives you all the options. You're going to leave with at least $10,000 of tax strategy. I promise you, if that doesn't happen, you come to me, I'll give you your money back for your ticket myself. You're going to understand the flows of money. When money comes into your world, how should that come out of your business into your personal? And how do you know when to invest and what to invest in? We're going to look at different asset classes, right? We all think real estate, we default to single family homes. The reality is there's a lot more asset classes than single family houses. There's everything from debt, commercial, triple net commercial buildings, natural gas royalties. There's tons of different options there. We're going to explore all of that. We're going to give you tools, calculators, and resources so that when you come across a great investment, you know exactly what to do with it. Don't miss our next workshop in your area.
Okay, we're going to talk a little bit more about that, but we're going to talk a little bit before we get to that, talking about wealth. And we're going to go back to that one. Did you have mine?
Yes, you will.
No, do you have mine?
Oh, keep going.
Thank you. We'll go back to that. All right. I'm going to talk about a few things. How many think you're very literate when it comes to your financial well-being? He's knocking it out of the park. Kimbra? You know, it's interesting. We teach in our society. I have a master's in education, right? So I will talk about education. I've committed and I spent lots of time in education. It's amazing what we teach in schools in the United States, and our priorities and our concepts. And yet the one thing we really never teach is financial literacy. In fact, it wasn't really taught in my house much as well. So how many of you read this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad? If you hadn't, it's a great book for the concept, and because it's the trap that we run into. So in my household, I was told to what? Go to school, get good grades, go to college. Oh yeah, take debt out to go to college, right? So you can go get a good job, pay back the schooling that you get, And if you really wanted to measure success, we'd say go take out debt to accumulate things. Some of you might be on that same trajectory your whole life. But Robert Kiyosaki, his dad, his biological father, which was a good father, was a superintendent of schools. He was a highly successful person, and yet he was financially illiterate. And you're like, ooh, that's kind of harsh to say, because he went and got a good job and constantly was in a battle. And so he had a rich dad, a mentor, somebody who took him on and spoke to him about financial wealth. And this is really, if you haven't read the book, it goes into a lot of details, but he talked a little bit about this concept, and you've heard me talk it. And this is just something that I really want everybody to understand and we're going to talk about the path and the flows of money. This is going to lead into our wealth conversation with the class, right? Kiyosaki says we have 4 areas that we show up in, right? First, you can be the employee, you have a job, or you can be self-employed and you own a job. You guys are all here, meaning you're self-employed. Some of you are working on a business aspect of this real estate and or could have another business, but meaning is you have to get up every day, and if you want to make money, you got to do work, you got to do activities. 95% of the population lives on this side, by the way. I mean, I got to get up and I got to work, I got to work, I got to work, I got to work. And that's a great thing, right? We know we have to generate the flow and we got to get up. We talked about lead generation as an activity. The moment, if you're in real estate, you stop lead generating, what happens?
You die.
Sharon, what happens? You stop making money in this business. You'll have some referrals that'll trickle in, but we know we got to get up and we got to do the activities and we have to do the hustle. A lot of people will say is, oh, I just want to get a job so I have a secure paycheck. And that to me is the biggest myth, lie that you've ever been told. I'd rather be counted on my own actions and what I believe, never dependent on somebody else. Because if you get in and hustle for somebody else and you're really good at your role and you have a job, who you making money for? Yeah, the business owner, right over here. And we can make it. And then on the right side is a business owner. You own a system that works for you, that enables you to go hire people and to create opportunities. And the next is an investor, where your money truly works for you. It's called passive income, right? Where money flows in without anything you have to do. You go to bed and you wake up and you go, oh, I made money. So Gary puts it in this form, and he talks about the opportunity. Of course, we're going to put it in a little profit share, because profit share is one of those things that if you connect people to it, it's a way to make passive income, cost you nothing but an introduction. And yet, right, it's the same concept. You have human capital or you have capital assets, and it creates cash flow. And when you make money, you got 4 options. What's your option number 1? What do most of us really good at? Spend it. My wife and I, we excel at the spending part. Anybody else good at spending? The rest of you earn? Okay, good. And we're really good at spending. What else can you do with it? We can invest it, we can hold it, and we can donate it. We can give it away. And all this is when we talk about, right? Money is good for the good it can do, by the way. This is not agreed. Money will only reveal, when you have a lot, will only reveal your character, right? If you don't have any, it'll also reveal your character, right? So it's just a tool in our lives. Yet following a plan and a model where to put into it, where you either spend it, you hold it, you invest it, and you donate it. We're all in positions where we can make a really good amount. Now, they don't have the tax formula in here, and which is get to. This is another great book too, by the way, Tax-Free Wealth, which we're going to talk about a little bit in this class as well. And then when you do get it, when you invest it, you got 2 choices. You can lend it, you can own it. And then each one of those gets you to your category. And we have the greatest ability to make money because we're in what business? Real estate. But what does that mean? What does that mean we're in real estate when it comes to putting our money somewhere? We have access to what? We have access before anyone else to the opportunity that presents itself. Right? Sharon, what are some of the greatest deals you come across? Yeah. Yep. Gary says every home that we show up in, we first should be saying, hey, should I buy this themselves? I'm putting Sharon on the spot. You might get her a microphone, right? Because it's real, but it's real. No, it's real stories, right? Sharon had, you had some clients that were looking to sell their home because they wanted, what did they needed? They needed cash.
They need the cash.
And
for
they
their
ended up being what? Your,
graduation for their grandson.
yeah, and they ended up being your,
My tenant.
the
3
tenants.
years.
And so how many years?
3.
3 years. So you bought the property, it cash flowed. They were willing to, they saw the numbers. It was really transparent. It was a win for you and a win for them. 100%. This is not taking advantage of anybody. Those are the opportunities that we run across if we're doing the lead generating and the activities that we can walk through in this industry. And you knew your numbers to know if it was going to work or not, because it's all a formula. I look back at my career and my life and I say one thing. I should be so much further down the road. So much further. Anybody else feel that way? Because of all the opportunities. Warren Buffett has made some money. Would you all agree? Everybody know who Warren Buffett is? They were talking about Warren Buffett about regret. Okay, this was one of the wealthiest persons in the world. And he talked about regret. And you know what he said about regret when it comes to financial and investing? What do you think he said? He said, do you regret any of the investments that you made? And he said, not a one. Not a one. He goes, so what did you regret? I knew in my gut when something was good and I didn't pull the trigger on something when I could have. Or I knew something was really good and the numbers and the formula didn't make and I didn't put enough money into it. Wealthiest guy in the world. And that's where he goes with the conversation. So it's really following a really good plan. We're going to talk to you a little bit about a wealth class that's coming to Houston. There is a charge for it and an opportunity. And yet you're going, well, I can't do it. I would tell you, go read these 2 books. And my transparency is my wife and I have looked up and we go, we paid how much in taxes? And paying taxes or protecting your money with tax strategies is not you're not cheating it. You're doing what the government wants you to do with the money. And government wants you to put money over, right? On the right side is where I was going with the supply. The breaks come on this side because one is you're providing jobs, or if you're in real estate, you're providing opportunities for people to live. And that's where the protection comes of your money. Okay, great. We got a couple of guests. We got 1 or 2 guests on.
2.
2, great. All right. It's all yours. Take it away. Tell us who you are and the opportunity that you have for us.
Hey, thank you so much for having us. My name is Katie Campbell. I am the community manager for KW Wealth. And I am so excited to be talking to y'all today. We have our wealth workshop coming to y'all in Houston. And I'm going to run through a couple things that I think you should know. And then if you have any questions, please let me know. And Carolyn's here to also talk with me. So everything that you just heard is so great and can be so impactful on your wealth plan. We have this wealth workshop. It is a complete workshop style class where you dive in and challenge the way that you think about your money, you think about your investments, and you create a wealth plan. This class used to only be available in Austin, so you had to travel there, stay overnight, get a hotel, flight, all of the things. It was $1,000. Carolyn is hosting it for y'all in Houston. We are coming to you, and it is only $297. The feedback that we've received on this class is that it is the best training they've ever been to, the most impactful for their lives, their business. And it's so powerful that Brett himself actually guarantees that you'll have over $10,000 of tax savings, or you can walk up to him and he will give you your money for your ticket back. So what he said in the video is exactly correct. We are going to take 6 hours and sit down and hone in on your finances. We are going to cover different asset classes. We are going to talk about why wealth is important to you, what your exact wealth plan is, how it can impact the people in your world, how your money should be making money for you, how to protect your assets, and how you need to be thinking about taxes with the businesses that we're in and the market that we're in. So we are going to really take a full day to just dive deep. We will have you leave with a checklist of action items. And believe me, we do actually follow up with you to see if there's anything that we can help with or how you're doing on them. We do care. And Carolyn is here. She took this class last year. And so I know she has a great testimony from it too. But I want to tell y'all before I hand it over to her, Brett guarantees at least $10,000 in tax savings from this class. I said that. I hear the feedback from this class all the time as we have now taken it around the country, and we did host it in Austin. The average tax savings is far beyond $10,000. I had somebody get on a call with me a couple of weeks ago. She saved $125,000 on her taxes. If you feel like you are in a good place financially, you have a good wealth plan and you have some investments and you're comfortable and you're not interested in learning anything about that, I would at least come to just hear the tax strategies and to be in a room full of people that are on the same path you are, like-minded and wanting to grow their wealth and their net worth for exactly what was said. Money's good for the good that it can do. So Carolyn, take it away.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much, Chad, for letting us participate on your call today. I want to reiterate what Chad has said to you so far, which is we have the single best advantage in real estate through what Rich Dad, Poor Dad preaches, through the gospel that we've gotten from Keller Williams that really talks about how we are uniquely positioned to look at every great deal that passes through our hands before it goes to somebody else. And what I used to hear when I heard that was I have the opportunity to try to buy a single family lease and hold, that I can turn around and lease. But in reality, what it is that there are so many different opportunities to earn money and to leverage the business income that you have into other real estate investments. And so I've been a part of the KW system for about 8 years now. And this is the puzzle piece where it finally got laid. And I thought, okay, I get it now. I get it. This is how I can leverage my business income into tax preferred investment vehicles that are essentially exclusive to real estate professionals so that my tax burden is in fact lifted. Now, through this workshop, it was a total paradigm shift for me and my family. I paid the $1,000 to go to Austin for the very first workshop that we had. And I feel so strongly about it that I've been able to help bring some of my friends into the KW Wealth ecosystem as well. It is a community and Katie is the manager of that community, but what I was presented with was the idea of bringing this conference to Houston. And I thought, I know at least 400 other people. I know at least 400 other people in our region could benefit dramatically from this very training. So we've taken the cost down from $1,000 to $297 so that you can learn the exact same content that I paid $1,000 for from Brett himself. And we have taken action as a result of this conference. We've invested in multifamily syndications. We've invested in life insurance, and those tax savings that we're going to get from those syndications when they pay off are in the tens of thousands. And the ultimate goal here is for us to gain financial freedom with the real estate income that we have. The single best advantage that you have of self-employment is exactly what Chad said. You can do as well for yourself as you possibly can, but the way to save money in taxes is to not go spend it on things. It's to invest it in other real estate vehicles, right? So this is kind of taking the best of both worlds, your ability to generate income for yourself, and then to invest it in a way that saves you taxes and marrying them together. So we're going to be in Houston on June 28th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. I've just dropped the link into the chat box, but there's also a QR code on the next slide that you can scan to get that link. You're also going to be hearing from Katie and I via email somewhat persistently for the next 3 weeks. But in order to incentivize your participation and registration today, we have a discount code that we'd like to offer you that's good through what time, Katie? It's good
Midnight
through
tonight.
Midnight tonight. You can get $50 off of your registration if you sign up today through midnight by using the code Southwest50.
Carolyn, I want to touch on something that you said. A couple things really. The puzzle piece is such a good example. We have people tell us all the time that going to this class is like when you have the border almost finished of a puzzle and you finally put the last piece of the border in place and the whole picture on the front really makes sense. And also, if you listen to what we're saying and you're thinking to yourself, okay, great, but I don't have X amount of dollars to go buy my first rental. I promise you, we will dive into strategies that you can adjust the way that you are spending, the way that you have your money set up, the way that your accounts are set up, and the areas that you didn't even know you could be making money on. We will give you tactical advice on how to set it up so that you can buy your first investment property. And if you're an experienced investor, trust me, we have plenty of content for you as well.
Yes, so if you've got $200 or 200,000 waiting to invest, this is the way to do it. So we want to invite you and we want to offer you today a code that's good for $50 off the registration. So we're here to support you. I'll drop my information in the chat box here, but thank you, Chad, and thank you, KW Southwest, for letting us speak to you today.
Yeah, awesome. Thank
Thank
you guys
you.
so much. All right, good stuff. Any questions on that? Okay. This
It's up on the.
code is Southwest 50, writing out the Southwest. If that one, yes. Yeah, Southwest 50. You can bring your husband, absolutely. Yes.
Yes, it's open to everybody.
Yep.
It's open to your clients. This is not a KW specific event. You don't have to be an agent to attend.
Yep. Yeah, if you have a great investor client and you want to bring them with, what a great thing to connect with. Let the event do your heavy lifting. Yeah. You would pay twice, correct? 2 tickets. But the code would work for 50. So you're not just saving 50, you're saving $100. Huh? Anybody else have problems with this? You might need a, do you have an iPhone? I mean, or do you have an Android? I'm kidding. All right, if that is not possible for you for the class, I would tell you this is not an easy read and it's not a fun read, by the way. Remember we talked about E to P and I talked about painful. This is a painful book for me, and yet I'm embracing it. And the way that it's taught in here, and the author, Tom Wheelwright, right? He was one of the advisors for Kiyosaki. So great book to pair together if you're really on this journey. And that's financial literacy. Yes. And you can listen to it on Audible yes. Great. So the first thing they would tell you too in this, we're in real estate business, right? We should be setting up what? Yeah, but what should you do with your business to protect it? You should be setting up an S corp. And doesn't mean you could channel an LLC in the way that we word it, but you should be running that through. Those are just simple strategies. It's not that difficult to set up. A good tax accountant, by the way, Chad's not setting it up for you, or Keller Williams or your buddy. You'd get a really good tax professional to walk you through this. But you want to make sure that your tax accountant and the person you work with thinks the same way that you do about protecting your money from taxes. Like I said, it's not a bad thing. We're not cheating the system. We are playing the system, right? And we're putting the money where the government wants us to. Any questions or thoughts on that? There will be flyers all around the office, correct? And we'll send it out as well, especially today because we have the $50 discount. It's at the Westin in Memorial off of I-10 in the Beltway. Okay. All right, business partners, sponsors, come on up. Reliant, AMCAP, patent title. I'll get out of your way once I get there. Oh, we didn't get one for him? Norman,
Oh. Got messed up.
we'll leave it from here. Okay, go ahead. Who wants to jump in?
No, I don't have my fun fact ready. Okay, fine. Hi, I'm Melissa from downstairs at Patent Title. I shared this with you guys and it's really, really, really informative, and everybody that uses it and looks at it and gives it to their clients find value in it. So it's the buyer's and seller's guide. So you can do this QR code. It's about 30 pages, 25 pages for both, but it's got a great bunch of information that has basically the process of title, what the different terms are in title, and what basically our job is as a title company. And it gives the buyers and sellers kind of like a guide to go through, and understand what title is and why they need title insurance in the process. So you can download it to your computer, save it as a PDF. You can also, you can save it on your phone as a PDF. You can also go to patenttitle.com, and on the side where it says tools and resources, you'll click that and then click marketing materials, and it actually is in there that you can save to your computer. It's a great, great tool. I would send it to all of your buyers and sellers to use as a guide. It'll give them information, added value. So that's all I got, and I don't have a fun fact. However, someone in here, who was it that told me last week, my fun fact was that Empire State Building has its own zip code. I learned that the shoe department in Bloomingdale's or something like that in New York, was it you? No, who was it? Someone told me that has its own zip code too. And I'm going to find out, and I'm going to let you guys know, but
All right.
thank you.
I have my fun fact ready, okay? Okay, so good news, okay? The home security is back. We're using Vivian now. So you get $300 referral fee. We close the sale, okay? I'm not the one to do the home security sale. It's like after the electricity sale, I transfer your customer to the home security rep, okay? So, yeah. $300 for you guys. And also the new home security, you can talk to the person in the room. I mean, the old home security, you can only see the imagery, right? Now you can talk to, like last Saturday, we went to a party. My friend need to hurry home because her mom is home. She's worried about her. But I was telling her, turn on your home security and see what's going on, but she doesn't have the audio. So there'll be the new technology change a lot. So yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Good. Yeah.
Hold on. There's 42 buildings in New York that have their own zip code.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect.
So,
Yeah.
good morning. So we spoke a little bit today in the Donuts and Dialogue with the Productivity Group about, some of the issues that they're having with buyers. And it seems that buyers' biggest complaint is that interest rates are so high. So I want you to kind of put that in context. Anyone here have parents that might have bought a house in the 80s? Okay. Any idea what their interest rate was back in the 80s? Double digits, 12 to 16 or even 18% at times. If we took all of the loans done and still averaged them, we would still be at an average interest rate that's out there of above 8%. So did your parents buy a house in the 80s because the interest rate was 16 or 18%, or did they buy a house because they needed a home for their family? It's not about the interest rate, and interest rates are going to move up and down. So when someone says, we're going to wait on it, we're going to wait and go ahead and rent for now, if you do the math, ask them if that is a good strategy for you to build wealth by paying $2,500 a month. Can you guys calculate how much that is a year? $30,000 that they're paying in rent. A mortgage is sort of a forced savings plan. You get in a mortgage, you gradually chip away and build equity in that home. But in addition, when people rent for a year, that house that they thought they wanted to buy for $300,000 that they claim they can't afford might be worth $330,000 or $350,000 next year. So we're almost moving in the opposite direction. So the focus is that we need a home for our family, and it's not so much about the payment. We always are going to be willing to make sacrifice for something that we deem super, super important to our family. So we're here to help you. We'd love to have any conversations with you on that. Thank you.
Great.
Well, good morning. I have a fun fact.
All right.
I am the newest sales rep for Brian and Brian. So new, in fact, this is the first presentation I've done, period. So a little bit about me. I was an inspector with Brian and Brian for 3 years. Some of you guys look familiar as agents that I think I met at inspections before, but due to some health issues, I had to come out of the field. But because of that, Brian and
You don't want
Brian
to get an addicts anymore?
had to have hip surgery.
Oh, yes.
So yeah, so no more climbing in attics.
Yeah.
But I had some sales experience and they said, well, come on to the sales side. So I'm very thankful for them for giving me that opportunity. I know that I think that Barbara was telling me you guys are familiar a little bit with Brian and Brian, but nobody has been here in quite some time. We'd like to change that. This is my territory. I put each table has some info on us. Green Team Pest Control is our sister company. What we strive to be is a one-stop shop. With the information on that literature, you can text or you can call. Everything is included with us. All of our inspectors are completely cross-trained to do pools, well and septic, WDIs. With one phone call, we want to schedule an inspector who can come out here and leverage your time back to you. We don't want you making 3 or 4 different phone calls and you having to schedule, if something goes wrong, having to get in touch with showing time to get it rescheduled. Once you hand the ball off to us, we take it from there. You text the particulars, the address, and what you're looking for your client. We handle everything else. We do same day reports. So if you schedule a inspection, say at 9 in the morning, you should have it by the end of business that day. Usually that's how it works. If it's scheduled a little bit later, say 3 o'clock, 2 in the afternoon, you'll get it by 9 the next day. That's the promise that we give to you. With that, one of the newer programs that we do have, if you have any buyer clients where the price of the inspection maybe is a little bit of a pain point, perhaps they haven't budgeted for paying that up front, we have a plan now where they can pay at closing if they want to take advantage of that. That's great for first-time home buyers. That way, they may have a job and they've put everything into the mortgage and the down payment and they don't get paid for another 2 weeks. So they can pay at closing. I know that we're brand new in the office. We want to earn your business. If we haven't had it in some time, we'd like for you to try us, and you'll be seeing a lot of me at least. So thank you.
All right. Not really a new company to us, but reputable, a good company to partner with on your inspections. Okay, anything else that I missed? Okay, all right. Yeah, remember parking. This is our announcement. We have guest parking for who? Our guests. And then if you do want a slot, let Krista know there is a charge for those. It's okay to park right out there. There's especially a good spot. There's a white truck. If you get here early in the morning, you can park in Dale's spot. I love it when somebody beats him here and parks in his spot. 30, yes, 7:30ish. Okay, great. Remember, next week we are where? In Sienna, just right over here. The address, we will blast it. We will text it. We'll tell everybody. And don't forget, for the KW Wealth, that is a really, really good class. I would highly recommend it. I'm going to figure out how to make sure I get there myself. And if you got a good client that's into investing and saving money, what a great extension, a great use that event for something to put on a really powerful connection to a client or spouse, right? It is easier when you bring your spouse to build money when you're all on the same page and do it together. Okay, that's all I got. Make it a great day. We'll see you next week in Sienna. Yeah, they know how to find the food. Yes.